I just don't know why they don't want to see the kids. I don't know why they have never made the effort to come and visit them. And I don't know why they don't want to see these beautiful kids who wander around and play and are so sweet. I love them so much, and I wish I could share them with their grandparents. I wish that all of my kids could have the grandparents close by, or at least know who they are, what they're about, know something about family history. We don't have family. We don't have a home base. We don't have a place we call home because we don't have family that we call home. So I can easily tell you guys the reason why you do not see my parents in our vlogs. And that is because I did not come from a very healthy background, a very healthy family. It was an abusive home, and it was not a place that I would ever want to take my kids or have my kids be around. My own mother and father, who they're just not the type of people that you want around kids. And I hope someday soon I'm going to be able to go into that a little bit more and talk more about my upbringing. But as far as my family goes, I have 7 siblings, well, 6 siblings, 7 including myself, and I don't know most of them. I have a sister who I'm most close with. She and her husband live in Texas, and her husband's in the military, so we don't see each other very often. And then I have another sister who I've become a little bit closer with over the last couple of years, and they live in Washington State. Other than that, I'm not close to any of my siblings. I don't really have a relationship with them, and I think that really stems from our upbringing and how we grew up, and we were not allowed to play with each other, and we really didn't have a relationship. They're very manipulative. They're very, I don't want to talk too bad about them, because honestly, they did bring me into this world, and I have to be grateful for that, because they could have easily have not. And so I'm trying to be grateful, even though I don't come from a great background. But I do want to say that they're just missing out. We've given them opportunities and times to be able to come to us and reconcile and try to work out things that have happened in my childhood. But the fact is that they're just not ready, and without saying too much detail, you guys, basically, they are not good people to be around kids. They're abusive, mentally, physically, emotionally. And so we have chosen to not have any kind of contact or relationship with them, because it is just a toxic thing, and we don't want our kids or our family around it. Because when you put yourself next to toxic people, they will make your life toxic as well, and that's just not what we want for our family. We're positive people, and we want to keep it that way. So you guys are probably really wondering about Jason's family and his parents, and why they are not in the picture either. His parents are not abusive in any way. They're actually really great people, and his mom is actually passed away, and she would definitely be the #1 person here, giving us support and love and spending time with our kids. But unfortunately, she passed away in 2008, I believe, and so that's too bad. So as far as Jason's dad goes, really nice guy. I honestly wish I could tell you guys exactly why there is no relationship there, but the silly thing is I really don't know. Jason and I were married really young. We were married when we were 17, and his dad and his stepmom and his sister and stepsister did not, to be perfectly honest, you guys, I was a little bit terrified of them. They didn't really like me from the beginning, and this is my version. I don't know what was going on in their heads, and I don't know exactly how they were feeling or thinking, but from my end and how I felt and I saw it was that they despised me, and they wanted nothing to do with me, and they wanted me out of Jason's life as quickly as possible. And so that really scared me and terrified me, and it made me feel really, I guess, insecure, and I didn't really like being around their family, because I felt kind of like the outcast and the one that was being gossiped about and talked about. And I don't think they liked the fact that I came from an abusive background and a very sheltered background, because they kind of probably figured that most kids who come from abusive and sheltered backgrounds end up having a lot of problems. And that is true. That is a statistic. That is something that definitely could have happened. Luckily for me, I'm very blessed and grateful that that did not happen, and that I have been able to overcome all of those things from my past and be that positive person. But I don't think that they could see that, and I don't really know if they wanted to see that. Again, I can't speak for them. I can only say what my version is and where, like, how I felt around them. So when we had Hanny and Kai, there was really never any excitement about the kids coming into the world or into our life. Every once in a while, his dad and his stepmom would come and see the kids. I think they only ever came over to our house, I can only remember once, actually, them coming to our house. And we lived in, like, the same city at the time. This was in Southern California. And they came over one time, and that's about all I remember. I think we went to the beach with them once before we moved to Washington State a couple of years later. And that was about it. When Hanny and Kai were 2 and 3, or about 3 and 4, we moved to Washington State, and we have not seen them since. We have, in the years, tried to offer to pay for tickets for them to come, and we've asked them to come visit the kids, but they never have. The reasons why, I can't answer that for them. I don't know. But it's really sad, and they're missing out. They're missing out on these gorgeous kids, and you know, I know someday down the road they're not going to be around anymore, and it's going to be really sad, because when I look at my kids, I want them to have grandparents, and I want them to know their grandparents. And the thing is Jason's dad's a really nice guy. His stepmom, I mean, I don't even know her very well, but I think she would be a pretty nice person. The same goes for Jason's sisters and his brother. Jason has a brother I love his brother. He's super awesome. Anyways, they're not bad people, and I would never say that. I just don't know why they don't want to see the kids. I don't know why they have never made the effort to come and visit them, and I don't know why they don't want to see these beautiful kids who wander around and play and are so sweet. I love them so much, and I wish I could share them with their grandparents. I wish that all of my kids could have the grandparents close by, or at least know who they are, what they're about, know something about family history. The saddest part about the whole thing is seeing my kids miss out on having grandparents in their lives. And you know, I think as Hanny and Kai especially have gotten older, especially Hanny, she's seen her friends and kids around her who have their grandparents coming over and teaching them things or taking them places, all those kinds of things. And you know, I think she gets to the point where she's missing out, and it just makes me feel really sad that my kids don't have that, and that they probably never will have that. And then obviously we have the lack of help and support. Because we have no family and no close friends, we never have any help. It's always just us. It's us and it's our family, and that is, I think, why our family is so tight and so close to one another, because it's just us, and like, we are who we have. We are the ones that lean on each other. We don't have a mother, you know, a grandmother, a grandfather. We don't have close siblings that we can lean on or talk to or ask advice from. It's just us. And so we've grown. Jason and I both in our marriage have grown together, and we've always been on the same page. And I think we really have to be, because with not having anyone else in our family to be there for support, we are each other's support, and we have to be there for each other. And so we've grown that way, and our kids have grown that way with us. And I think that's one of the big reasons why we love traveling and we love exploring new places and meeting new people, because we're not attached to anywhere. We're not attached to anyone. And our kids get to go out and experience a lot of different things and meet a lot of different people. And yes, it is a different lifestyle, but we love it. And I think that that's one of the reasons we love it so much, is because we don't have family. We don't have a home base. We don't have a place we call home, because we don't have family that we call home. And so, yeah, it's not easy some days, especially since we've had Cosette. I I have struggled with thinking that, boy, gosh, it would be so nice to have a mom come over and help me out and support me and play with my other kids while I'm taking care of my newborn. It would be so nice to have someone come into our home and make us a meal or help with laundry, because that's what your mom's supposed to be for. That's what the grandparents do, right? Well, we've never had that. And so it's just us, and I'm really glad and blessed, and I'm grateful that we have each other. And so why do our kids not have grandparents? They're the only ones that know the answer to that. I really don't know. Like I said, our version, our side, feels like they just don't really like our lifestyle. They don't really like who we are. And they've never liked me. I guess that's a big reason. I don't know. Like that's how it feels, is that I've never really been accepted in the family, because Jason and I, like I said, got married really young, and they just didn't approve of it. And so our kids are a part of me, so maybe they just don't like them either. I honestly, that's how it feels. I don't know if that's how they feel, but we'll never really probably know, because we don't speak. Like, they never call us, we never call them. Like, we don't. Anyways, I just wanted to put that out there and help you guys to understand, because we have so many people asking us about the grandparents and why we don't have support in our home and why it's just us. And that is the reasons why, even though technically I didn't give you guys a reason, because I don't know. I don't know why they don't want to see our kids grow up. I don't know why they want to miss out on seeing them change and grow. Maybe they see them on our vlog. I have no idea. Maybe they feel like they know them, but they don't have a relationship with them, whether they see them on social media or not. You know what I mean? So I don't know. Maybe someday they will tell us why. And in the meantime, all I can do is hope that sometime down the road that things will change, and that they will want to see our kids and be a part of their life, because at this point it's been 10 years since we've seen them. They have not seen 5 of our 7 kids, and that's really sad to me, and it just doesn't make sense. I don't understand it. I'm sure they have a reason. Like I said, they're really nice people. I have nothing against them whatsoever. I guess that whatever has been there in the past with Jason and I getting married young is still standing, and I guess they just don't approve of it. I really don't know. Anyways, guys, thanks for listening.